do an unhaul today.
Something different. Something fresher.
Our books, because of BookTube, our bookcases have become overwhelmingly filled. So this is not meant to be mean-spirited if you've never watched an unhaul before. It's just basically books that we no longer want because of they're not something that we're going to read anytime soon.
Or you read it and you don't think it's going to be a reread, so you want to pass it on.
Exactly. Or it's a book that you just don't want as a part of your collection.
Yeah, because we have limited space, so this is going to be like special books to keep. Books that you love. Alright. I will start. I have Daniel X by James Patterson. Now, I really do love this series. This is a really good series. I just don't have the space because there's a few of them. I think I'll probably just get them for my Kindle because I will continue to read them. I really enjoy Daniel X. And it's about aliens and a kid with powers.
They're really interesting. I read the first one.
Even my grandmother has read these. She loves James Patterson. And then Apocalipstick by Sue Margolis. I read this book. It was cute. I liked it. It's a good summer like chick lit book. I read it, hanging out by my pool. It was good, but I'm just not going to read it again, so I'd rather pass it on. Give it back to my local bookstore.
Yeah.
And then this is one I got from Goodreads. I won from Goodreads. Spellbound and Determined by Dax V. I liked this. This is more on the middle grade end of things.
Yeah, it looks like
But it was a good book, which stinks because it's signed too, but I read it. I'm not going to read it again. I don't think I'm going to continue with the series. I mean, it wasn't bad at all. I enjoyed it, but I'm just not going to read it again. And She'll Take It by Mary Carter. Another chick lit book. I go through phases, usually in the summertime.
Yeah.
When I want to read light, fun, chick lit books. Read it. Don't want to read it again. So I'm going to pass on. And, I have Sara Dessen, Just Listen. I read a Sara Dessen book. I know a lot of people on BookTube love Sara Dessen. I read one. I just didn't really like it, and I don't really know if I'm going to like this, so I think I'm going to pass on to it. I might read it before I give it away. I'm not sure. This is probably going to go, though. She's just not my... Woo, sorry.
Cup of tea.
She's just not my kind of writer, as I just flipped the book across the room. And then the Cinderella Pact by Sara Stroughmeyer. I really liked this book. I read it a long time ago now. But I really did like it. And it's another case of just probably not going to read it again. I would rather make room on my shelves for other things. And then Jemma J by Jane Green. I love Jane Green. She's a popular, chick lit writer. I love this book too. This was also a good book. I read it a long time ago. Not gonna read it again. And then Sophie Kinsalla, Shopaholic Ties the Knot. This is actually the only Shopaholic book I've read. I really enjoyed it. I don't remember what number in the series it was. It was really cute. I like it. I'll probably read the rest of them on my Kindle. There's a bunch and I don't think I'm gonna collect them. And this is a maybe series that I got from our used bookstore that we go to a lot. It's Jennifer Armentrout. It's not Jennifer L. Armentrout, who writes the Luck series. This is someone different with the same name. So that's why I was like, oh my god, it's Jennifer Armentrout! But it's a different Jennifer Armentrout. It's about fairies. I started it. It's not bad. I don't know if I'm going to finish. There's 3 in the series. And I just really got excited because it said Jennifer Armentrout.
I would never have figured that it was someone completely different.
I looked on Goodreads because I was trying to find these books under Jennifer L. Armentrout because I just assumed she just didn't put the L in it. But it's a totally different woman. So that kind of bummed me out a little.
Yeah.
I mean, I started it. It wasn't bad. So I don't want to say that this is some crappy series. It was pretty good. I don't know
Kindle.
if I'm gonna finish it. So this is a maybe. But as of right now, I'm probably going to give it back to the bookstore. Well, that's all I have. I have the least amount out of the 3 of us.
Okay, So, yeah. The ones that I'm about to do, they're large series. And I didn't realize it when I started picking them up. And now that I know, it's like, I want to read them first before I make the commitment. Because some of them are such large series. So, without any order, just top down. Breed's Quest by PC Cast. This is a series. I know it's a series. It's a large series because I had like half a dozen books. Yeah, wow. And it's still growing.
Oh, God.
So, I think... And I've read most of The House and I, so I know her writing. I know she's a great writer. I just don't have the room for that many books at this time. Not until...
Especially with your Harry Potter collection.
Growing and multiplying. So I will read the series. I just don't have room for the physical books. And then my Patricia Cornwell Predator. Actually, I love her writing. I've read quite a few books. She does Scarpetta, which is this is one of the Scarpetta books, Case Scarpetta. She is a medical examiner. And there's, again, large series. She also does a couple of other ones. She did one about Jack the Ripper, which I read, can't think of the name of it all of a sudden. But yeah.
The dog whining.
I'm like, am I hearing things?
No, you're not hearing things.
It's my dog.
Okay.
So it's like my dog.
Again, another large series I didn't realize was a large series.
That would have been a cover buy for me.
Yeah, I know. Like, I like to call the covers.
And that's why I think I initially picked them up, is because you know me, I love unicorns, I love Pegasus, and right on the front, it's I'm gonna call it the Pegasus series. That's just what it's gonna be called. I have Olympias at War and The Flame of Olympus by Kate O'Hearn. Again, I'm probably going to read these. It's another series that I just don't have room for right now.
You're attracted to very large series.
Yeah. She gets that from our grandmother.
Yes. Another series by McFerrin. I have Dark Lost and The Time of Feasting.
Are those vampire books?
I was like, they look interesting.
Yeah.
Nosferatu.
Yeah.
So yes. And I think that's originally why I started picking them up, is because they are vampire related. But when I went on his Goodreads and just saw how many
there's a lot.
There's at least 6. At least.
Those are like a Kindle. When they get that big, those are like...
Until
I might have to put that on my list for Kindle books to get.
Until I get like my own place where I can have 50 bookshelves and I can have large series.
You can have a library.
Exactly. I have to keep with what...
Unless you gotta read them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we like to tease her.
And
she has a life now.
I've got a couple. Philippa Gregory. Got The Changeling. The Lady of the Rivers.
They're really pretty covers.
They are!
Like, ooh.
And The King's Curse. Again, I think these are actually part of a couple of different series from her.
Cool.
Yeah, and again, I'm most likely going to read these. I just don't have the room for the books. Now, these ones I probably won't read. I picked them up because of who edited them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that series.
Yeah, and this one, it is a very large series, too. So these are books that are edited by George R.R. Martin. This one is... Oh, so I guess it's the Wild Cards novel. I've got Busted Flush, Suicide Kings, and Inside Straight.
I think they're all card-based.
Yeah, they're poker-based.
Looks like something from Star Wars.
Yeah. I'm up in the air. Do I want to take the time to read them? Because they're only edited by him. They're not actually written by him. And I know his material, so I know that I like his books, but I don't know if I would like these books. I think they're a bunch of short stories.
Wait, this has something about sci-fi on the front. Like the Sci-Fi Channel?
Hold on. It's a Sci-Fi Essential book. That's all it says. So...
Sci-fi books tend to be
long series.
Yeah.
And I don't ever read sci-fi.
So, yeah, I mean, I haven't read these books. Most of them I'm probably going to read, but they're going to be more of a tablet read because of how large the series are. Mm-hmm. I would just right now rather focus on books that I know that I'm going to read and reread. Like, I've started collecting the James Patterson book. Yes, his Alex Cross series. I know there's about 13 books or more, as well as his Ladies' Murders Club. They're large series, but I've started reading them, and I like them, and I know I'm going to reread them. So I'd rather focus, if I'm going to do large series, I'd rather focus on large series that I'm going to read and reread. So that is my unhaul so far. I shall probably have more later.
So, for me, I am going to be, okay, so the Darkened series by Lynn Vale. I have a couple of books of her series, the Darkened series, in hardcover. I would much prefer them to be in hardcover because, like, look at the condition. Like, this is a series that I would reread, yes. And it's a vampire series.
You'd like them.
They're amazing. They're adults. There is some adult content in them.
Sexy times.
There's sexy times in them.
And blood.
Ooh, sexy times and blood.
We're weird, okay? Get over it. No. So this is like a series that I'm getting rid of, but it's because I want a different edition, so to speak. Hardcover. I want these in hardcover. But the books are If Angels Burn, this is the first one. Private Demon, Twilight Fall, and then Stay the Night.
And she's got another series that I started collecting that I am going to read.
Yeah, she goes by many different names. And then I have... Okay, so then I have 2 books of the Lux series. So it's Lux and then Envy by Anna Goberson. I think this series has like 5 books. These were a cover purchase for me.
Yeah, I got rid of mine because I never read them. I'm not
gonna read them.
Like, it's like historical fiction. I'm not like big on historical fiction.
See, I am.
Yeah.
I will have to read them. Before I buy them, I will have to read them on the tablet. Just in case.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I have this one.
Gossip in New York. It's like, what's it? Gossip. Gossip Girls, but historical fiction. And then I have Tales of Witchcraft Stories by Stephen King, Robert Bloch, Emma James Saki, and E.F. Benson, and others. This is basically short stories about witches. The only one I liked in this one, obviously, is the Stephen King one. I read that. That was the first one. Because I read it like one long story, one short story, one longer story, one shorter story. And I kind of was flipping through the book like that.
Good idea.
So, yeah, I mean, it is an older book, but I have to say, Stephen King's story in here, amazing. Amazing. Very creepy, frightening.
Very Stephen King-y?
Yeah, pretty much. Mickey's probably going to get mad at me at this one.
Oh my god! How could you do that? We went to the party for
Breaking
that.
Dawn. I'm not going to read it.
I'm
not like one of those people like, oh, Twilight. It's not something that I'm going to want to read. I'm also getting rid of my Host. And I did like the Host. I listened to it on audiobook twice. But they're just not ones that I'm going to reread.
We can't be friends anymore.
Actually, I might take that copy from you because I think the one that I have doesn't have a cover.
Didn't we all get...
We all went to the same...
Oh, that one. Okay.
I'm like, we went to the midnight release party. That was fun.
And then I have... Sorry if I went out of frame. Pagan Babies and Get Shorty by Eleanor. Elmore Leonard. I bought this book.
I was going to say, she's getting rid of pagan babies?
Many years ago, like 2002, 2003. I've read this book like twice. It's a decent book. Basically, it's about a guy who becomes a father to avoid being arrested. Because this tells you how old it was. He got arrested for transporting cigarettes across lines.
Okay.
Across state lines, and that's illegal.
Yep.
So he basically becomes a father, and he gets put in Congo? Rwanda. And it's during their, basically,
Civil War?
genocide. The genocides that happened there. So, and then he has to come back for court to settle his case, to show that basically it's good behavior. And then he, like, basically rips off some thugs in Detroit.
No!
And he gets a girl in the meantime. So there's that one. And then I basically... I'm also flipping books. I basically grabbed this one because it's a movie, right?
Oh, yeah, Get Shorty.
And I'm like, I can always read it.
You could just watch the movie.
Or watch the movie. Like on Kindle or tablet or whatever. But and then here's one about Eleanor Roosevelt. I got it for like 50 cents at Books. No, I got it for $1 at Goodwill. I've always been interested in her. I think she's a really cool woman out of the things that I have heard. And I figured it would be a good non-fiction read. But I, in the 2 years that I've had it, have not grabbed for it. So
that's why I never buy nonfiction, because I just don't like it.
And then Oliver's Twist by Charles Dickens. I figured this, because you can read these free online.
Yeah.
Because they're so old.
I don't think I've ever read Oliver Twist.
But this is depressing because it's basically about an orphan. And I was like, I don't want to be depressed.
Yeah.
Even though it's a classic, I don't want to be depressed.
You have to think, though, the times in which he wrote were depressing times.
And then here's a copy that I had of Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy.
Yeah, you do.
But if you've seen, I don't know if it'll be listed before or after this, but I got the Barnes & Noble Classics edition, which is like their leather-bound edition. So much better than this.
Because that one will be reread and reread and reread, so you might as well go hardback.
Yeah. Neil Gaiman's Neverwhere. Again, this is a book that I want a different edition of.
I was like, you're getting rid of a Neil Gaiman book.
She was hardback.
They also have.
Hardback, hardcover.
Is it American Gods that they have in the Barnes & Noble Classics?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but I just would prefer. He has like. I have 2 of his books. I don't know what the edition is called, but his Coraline and his Stardust. In that edition, I'll figure out what edition it is, and I'll put it, maybe, if I can figure out what edition that is. Or, yeah. I'll just insert a photo if I can figure that out. Maybe not. So, just kind of going back because the camera died. Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. I have the Barnes & Noble Classics edition, so I don't need this one. Walden by Henry David Thoreau. Again, a classic that I can read online for free. Then I have 2 here from, it's a Water Song novel, or I think it's a quartet. Quartet? So they're 4 books, but I have Title and I have Lullaby.
Which are 2 and 3.
Which, yeah.
It's in the middle.
Wake is the first one.
And I don't remember the last one. I have them, so.
Yeah. And then I have Dark Storm. This is by Christine Feehan. Amy got this for us for Christmas last year, 2015. And apparently there's like 20 books in the series.
You're big on the giant series.
Yeah. And then
I read the back and I was like, ooh, this will be cool. Without looking at how many books
she
are in the
should
series.
always check Goodreads will always have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what number is this?
And then
52.
paperback version of The Devil Wears Prada.
I have a hardcover copy if anyone feels the need to read it. Because I love The Devil Wears Prada. The book's really good.
And then this is Martin Scorsese's Gangs of New York, making of the movie.
Do you have that just because of Leo?
It was... Okay, so at work, in the break room, we have an area where you can put books. You're supposed to put them back, but I never did. But this is really cool because it goes through, like, the fashion and it has, like, stuff.
There's stuff in here.
It has, like,
things.
It has, like, the script.
Oh, that's cool.
So, yeah, and then...
Have you seen the movie?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I haven't.
It has Leo in it, come on. I love my, like, 13-year-old crush.
I
When
stopped
I was
liking
13.
Leo after, like, Romeo and Juliet. Like,
yeah.
when he was at the height of being hot, and then he got chubby, and then I was like... I mean, he's still a good-looking man, and I should not talk about chubbiness. I just, you know, you grow up, and then you like guys with tattoos and black hair instead.
And piercings.
And piercings. Things change.
But yeah, that's basically
But he is hot in The Departed.
The Departed.
The Departed. I have to say it in my accent because I am from Boston, so. And he does a really good Boston accent
Yeah.
from not being from Boston.
He
probably hung out with
his real accent.
I was so surprised. I'm like, he's not making it look dumb, like sound dumb, because most people trying to do a Boston accent cannot do it.
Nope.
And it's not hard.
No.
It's not hard to do a Boston accent. Park the car and have it yad.
There you go.
Just
See,
drop
that's
R's off every word, and
It's like,
you can do
instead
it.
of R, it's ah.
Yeah. Ah. You should hear my family talk. We sound awesome.
When she gets angry or excited.
But that's our unhaul. Hope you enjoyed. Hope this video is not too long. It's probably going to be about a 30-minute video, but that's okay.
Yep. Until next time.
Sorry if we unhauled a favorite book of yours. I almost said unhooked.
Yeah.
Again, we have reasons, and again,
It's not that any of these books we hate. It's
No.
just room.
yes.
Space.
Room, and we want different editions, like the Neverwhere.
Yep.
Although I think I just started something with getting rid of my Stephanie Meyer's
Yes.
books.
Feud. We have a feud in this house. Since I have just brought home Edward Cullen.
He's
into my
sparkly.
family. He has glitter in his skin. I don't know. I will forever love Twilight. I don't care how old I am. It's good memories for me, anyways. Maybe not for others.
I think I'm going to be disowned.